Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to third episode of the Paranormal Teens. We had a better night's rest this time. The next day we met down the lobby. It seemed that Mike and Jose were still at odds with each other. I wonder how their night together went. I don't. Maybe they were up fighting all night? Hey CC, tell Jose here that the whole 1947 account was fake. Yes, the government is covering something up, but it's not that.
Well, I'm not really an expert.
What do you think? We're on this show to make theories, to postulate hypotheses, to express opinions.
Maybe you're both right.
Him or me, you need to pick one.
Whoa, you managed to get half the boys begging for you already?
So, help us settle this.
Pick neither of them, Sissy, they are both losers.
We're not trying to get CC to date us, we're having debate over the 1947 incident, if it was real or fake. A friendly debate. Jose gave a poke-blank glare at Mike, which made me get the feeling that the debate wasn't actually that friendly. I don't think I want to get involved there. Mike was like some debate champion or something, which was a dangerous combination with his crazy set of beliefs. But they didn't have time to argue more because we were off to the UFO crash site. Frank came back to get everything started. We finally some actual positioning of the people around, like they do something. And actually Sissy doesn't look so bad now. We woke up in the morning and went out to the UFO crash site for a while. It was supposed to get us clued in before the next task. I wasn't particularly worried. Sissy kept mostly to herself. Well, mostly around Reeds, which seemed to make her happy. Mike and Jose were having an argument about it all, much to the despair of Tina. Zali was looking at the old news articles, and me and Greg were concentrating on the map of the area. Frank finally came back to us. Alright, we're going to visit the hardware store around the corner that is sponsoring this program. You will get an hour to peruse the aisles, buy a weather balloon and your own modifications. Each of you has a voucher for $300 between the two of you to spend, so spend it wisely. Actually much prefer doing gigs like this weather balloon challenge. It meant that I didn't have to go searching for supernatural or paranormal activity. Trying to hoax a UFO was pretty harmless compared to what we could have been doing. Okay, so pick your teams.
I've got the alien boys.
Tina spoke before anyone else got a chance. Do we have to?
Get an idea that I want you for anything other than your alien expertise, and I'll make sure that you'll be a social leaper for as long as you live.
No, please, no. It's your choice, Brad. Who do you want to go with? I was the decider since Tina had already claimed the alien boys as her own. Smart move, I guess. You would want to have UFO experts in UFO challenge. Now you think that you won't want that, because I think that will be the problem, because if she took one of the guys to the team, it would be wiser. I'm gonna go the second. CC, Greg, Zalia. I think with them there will be no problems. Besides, technically of the four, I'm the one that we basically lead in this game. He's the expert on technologies, right? So he might be able to make this easily. Anyway, I decided to pick the team that wouldn't throw me to the wolves. And it didn't hurt that Sissy was on it. What's with your freaking interest in her? First we were sent to the hardware store and then taken out to a deserted Roswell location. Sorry. We picked up generally what we'd need to make something that could be mistaken as sort of flying mysterious thing. First we got the weather balloon kit that they sold at the store, and something else that could function as a base, provided we put it together right. So there we were, each group taken out in the RV to separate desert locations with everything we'd purchased. We were supposed to get the bulk of it done before nightfall, but I think they only gave us an hour or two of daylight on purpose. If I had to decide between trying to construct a UFO hoax and staying in a haunted schoolyard, I would have picked the schoolyard any day of the week. At least I knew what I was doing in a haunted schoolyard. But since I normally freaked out at the word some assembly required, this was not the activity for me. How long till sunset?
I don't know, an hour or so?
I think we should split up. So Greg had elected himself team leader. I guess I wasn't going to fight this well. He probably at least took shop class. Two of us have to rig the carrier part with the lights and the instruments, and the others need to work out how to get it in the air. The balloon part. Sure, seems like the best way to manage our time. So who is going to work with who? Big Sissy, Big Zali, or Big Greg? Let's go team female, actually half team female, half team man. Greg and I will do the heavy lifting.
The heavy lifting?
You know, the light stuff. Was it too chauvinistic of me to team up with Greg to help the Foreman folk out? Sounds good, bruh. Yeah, it did sound good. Greg was now my bruh. What? I'm sure
Sissy and I will get the balloon working. After all, there are instructions.
So it will be a battle of the sexes, where first get boasting right.
You're on!
Come on, Brett, let's do this. Think, and since Reese is a guy, he can help us. Yeah, I'll bet my dog's dying to be a great help with this challenge. He was a dog, how helpful could he be with making stuff? Moral support. Yeah, Reese, you get right on that moral support stuff. He's on it. And let's go on this. We'll need to screw this thing on the base of the container. Right. And then we'll need to attach these wires here. Okay. I peered into the container. And then Greg produced some duct tape. It's tipping time. That's true. Nothing will be able to work without duct tape. Duct tape solves everything. Clearly Greg hadn't taken shop class either. I'm all about the tape. It will hold as long as we need it to. All we need is for it to get into the air. The camera will get it. Not sure if there will be anyone around to see it. But then our job will be done. Great, now let's take fast this baby and go start our bragging. Huh. I'm guessing you've done stuff like this before then. I've had my fair share of duct tape fix-ups, playing hockey and all. Too bad you can't fix Steve with duct tape. Not that Greg knew that, he was one of those jokes who managed to escape with their looks intact. I broke my arm once, but never my teeth. You do know they have mouth guards for those things, right? Yeah, of course, it's not like I've never played hockey before. Yeah, it was exactly like that. Right. It can be fun times, but I don't know as I get older I get less enamored with sports. You know, that was my problem. That sounds like you, old man Greg. Maybe I'm just growing up. That tends to happen. Now, pass me the wire. It was all going swimmingly until two lights appeared in the distance. Okay, I guess our time is up. And then a car pulled up nearby. Sorry, but you are going to have to come with us! Two identical guys in black suits approached. Seriously, identical. Except one had a scar and a crappy excuse of a bird. Except one looked like a more badass version than the other. Maybe the guy with the scar wasn't transparent when he wasn't being a man in black. They got squared with the others in our group.
What is this?
Will be the one asking questions. So now I got it. It was good cop, bad cop. I'll take the good cop, please. You're in the registered area and we'll have the common fast. Our producers put us here, so if you could just clear it up with them. We'll clear things up back at the base. They didn't seem to trust us, which I guess was to be expected. since we're apparently in the restricted area. Apparently. We left just in time because it started raining for not long after we got back indoors. They brought us back to the base, where not much seemed to be going on, and left us in an interrogation room to feel sorry for ourselves. At least we got our weather balloon up in the air. Yeah, it was a lot easier than I thought initially.
I wish I was back at the hotel for...
I bet Reese does too. They tied him up outside. Poor Reese. Reese doesn't get third degree by these suits. Man, it's good being a dog. Just then the door opened and the two guys came back in, acting as if we'd done something wrong all over again. You were in a zone that is prohibited to the general public. I told you, just call the producers. Frank Hicks will clear this all up. We've confiscated your camera and everything that was shot tonight will become property of the United States government. Now, what we need from you is to submit to a polygraph so we can ascertain that what is it that you have come across tonight.
Is this some sort of violation of rights?
No, madam, you have a legal obligation to comply. Fine, let's get this over with. One at a time, they took us out of the room, and then put the wires on us. State your name, please. Brett Easton. This seemed a little extreme. How old are you? 17. Most embarrassing moment. You're kidding me, right? We have to make sure the polygraph is working properly. This was just weird. If I lied, would it really start beeping? I don't know if I want to take that chance. When the kids at school tried to outspook me. Long story short, I ended up in a abandoned house in nothing but my underwear. And pretty much everyone I knew was in on it. And you're part of the show called Paranormal Teens? Yes, I am. Can you tell us why? Why I'm part of the show? Yeah, why were you choosing for this show? I guess Mushroom is impressive. I've done a lot of researching on my own, lots of cases. I've had interest in paranormal for a long time. I didn't know what this had to do with anything. And so it was the producer's idea to put you out where you were. Yeah. But with your impressive history, would it be in your nature to snoop in such an area? I've never gone anywhere illegal before. So where you were somewhere illegal tonight? No, I mean there weren't any signs. So it could be possible that you have visited countless legal sites in ignorance. No. No. His results are spiking. Maybe, not knowingly. So if you don't know when you're breaking law, you aren't under any obligation to keep that law? That's not what I said, you idiot. Your friends rolled on you. They said it was all your idea. That's ridiculous. And they said that you have the delusion of being part of a television show that doesn't exist. I don't know why they say that. They're part of Paranormal Teens too. Speaking of which, this is all a joke, isn't it? Part of the show, I don't believe I'm really in any trouble. We're asking a question, Brett. Did you do or did you not come across any extraterrestrial activity while at this site? No, we did not. We weren't expecting to. Aliens don't usually follow cliched patterns of turning up in empty spaces in Roswell. But you went out looking for something. Went out there because we were told to. What were we looking for? Nothing, I told you. We were launching a weather balloon. For communication purposes? It's just part of the challenge. It's supposed to look like a UFO, just as a joke. There's no joke matter, Mr. Easton. Did they think I needed to be reminded of that? I was under intense scrutiny here. I knew this wasn't a joke. I'm not joking now. I'm sure you're not, but we need to know who you were trying to communicate with by sending that balloon. No one. It was just a weather balloon. Have you been in contact? With aliens? No. With crazy people dressed in suits? Yes. Look, just tell Frank, let's go get back together. We're really tired. I know it's all for the show. Well done, Mr. Easton. What? Frank will be waiting for you when you return. Sounds right, it was all a setup. Breathed a sigh of relief. Wait, won't give me a heart attack. You were right. Congratulations. Bravo, Frank, bravo. You almost had me going there. You guys are good. Real good. Thank you. Now where's my dog? When we got back to the foyer of the hotel, Frank was waiting. He looked smug, and I guess he had every reason to be. This time you were the ones investigated by Paranormal Teens. Did you fall for it?
The other boys did, Godline and Zinka. It was really kind of sad.
Whatever it is, I'm not almost wet myself. Good, nobody. Okay, last location we had the caretaker as a witness. And that was pretty spooky. This week we have our very own Jose. But we're not doing a normal question and answer time. Great, he was just Jose going under hypnosis. And no Jose, he won't hypnotize you to do anything stupid like pull down your pants or pole dance. Thanks. No problem.
This is a bad idea, just think you guys should know. We're inviting demos to come and play with you. Sure, maybe nothing will happen, or maybe we'll be swinging open the door for the future.
Say that again for the camera. Let's do this. Frank led us to the same room where they almost fooled us about the men in black. It must have been fully hooked up with cameras. Gret got to sit on a chair and Jose lay on the couch.
Jose, just relax. I know you've put a lot of details of your encounter in your book, but we're here to just see if you missed anything tonight. To go through and put to test if our other researchers' conclusions on what happened might prove to have something to hurt them. I'm going to count backwards from 10. You are feeling your entire body limp and in a state of total relaxation.
Greg continued like that for a while. Jose exhaled slowly and he appeared to be in too deep to be easily startled. Greg spoke for a little bit longer and then brought the question from the group.
Now everyone, here's going to ask you a question. You need to listen out for their voices and respond as honestly as possible.
Now we'll begin. First, let's hear from
anybody but Mike.
Hey.
Shh. Do you believe that aliens seeded the earth after what happened to you? Did the aliens convey a message of panspermia, or all of us beings being connected in some way? Do you think the beings understand the greater collection of universal consciousness? I think it's possible. We know they're more advanced than we are. From what I recall, the first time they did, they sort of acted as if they had authority over me. Like they might have been responsible for all people in that way. Maybe what they did was for the best. I've heard all the stories of warnings against what's going to happen in the future. Maybe they get information from me to help people.
And maybe you're just special. How can we be certain this isn't all a work of your mind?
A hallucination.
Many hallucinations have been said to seem real to the people having them.
I can't convince anyone it wasn't. But I know it wasn't. I experienced it. Why would my entire life be changed over a hallucination?
But before I knew it, my watches just started going crazy. First it was the magnetic one, and then the temperature drop one. What's going on with your watch? Don't know, man. Must just be a malfunction. Malfunction of the two of them at once? Quite the coincidence. Well, it's a noisy malfunction. I started to get the watch off. I'll leave. You'd better. I quickly ducked out of the room where Frank and his guys grabbed the equipment off of me and then disarmed it. By the time I'd got into the observation room behind the glass, things escalated pretty quickly. Now that was one question. If you are ready for another question, put your hand out. No hand went out. Instead, what happened next? What happened next was weird. A change came over Jose, even though he still had his eyes closed. The new Jose's gargled, black, has lips and addressed Greg.
There is someone else in this room. I will get to them like I got to Alex. Their life will be ours.
Wake him up!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. It was all pretty intense. What was going on wasn't exactly new to me. My eyes opened. I had no idea they'd even been closed all this time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
I command you in the name of Jesus Christ to come out of him!
Yeah, if I were a freaking demon and possessed someone, that freaking wouldn't work at me. At all. Whoa, junk must have just happened. Jose looked worried. What happened?
Oh, like you don't know.
I don't.
Hands up, who thinks he was faking?
Tina put her hand up. I didn't know what to think this time around. It was pretty serious. I don't think Jose has it in him to fake like that.
And what, he was really possessed by an alien? Aliens don't possess. Demons possesses. Shut up. You don't know what aliens do.
What happened? Jose was looking more panicked now. Clearly he feared something might have come up from his abduction that would scare him. Look, it was probably nothing. I'm only an amateur hypnotist. I must have done something wrong.
What's it then? Did I need to abduct me? What did they say?
Don't worry, buddy. Wherever the man control device is, we'll find it. We're soon distracted by a wail from behind us. Sissy had broken into sobs. She pushed past the rest of us and grabbed Jose by the shoulders, putting him into a hug.
I'm sorry. He's not Banksy. He's making it up.
It was something. He having fingered out what that something is yet. Someone spinning Sissy Spacey off of Jose, and I soon realized it to be Frank, the host. He must have been watching from behind the glass. Each of you can figure it out and report your findings tomorrow. We've had a big day of filming, so we'll go back to the hotel now and wrap it up. Thanks to everyone, especially you, Greg, you did a good job. If you want to stay behind, Jose will get you checked out.
Oh, okay.
And way to go, Sally, with exorcism-like action.
The hell are you talking? That wasn't exorcism. Please. She just screamed some lousy text. That wasn't even like exorcism. That was action. Nothing else.
It's sure to add some more questions in there from our audience. Was it an alien? Was it just Jose? Was he possessed? Are Sally and Jose working together to con us all? We'll find out soon. I think Frank was probably talking it up a bit. For all we knew, it was a setup. After that, I was wondering what it was that I missed. Went back to the hotel and I was left playing with my daughters with Reese by my side. Woof! I know, but I have no idea what happened either. I guess if I went to chat with someone, it would shine some light on it. Sissy, Tina, Zal. Okay, Tina is freaking annoying and she'll come up with something stupid, nothing that has sense. Zaliana, or whatever her name actually was, she'll be speaking that demon, Jesus, and stuff. Sissy, I'm not sure. But I feel like if anyone, she will be the most helpful. Probably. Who knows? Sissy was staring out at the horizon. Hey, are you feeling better? Pretty intense back there, right?
Yeah.
You felt something to do with Jose, that's why you were upset.
Jose doesn't deserve it.
Deserve what? Being made fun of by Tina? Being mocked for being an abductee?
To be tortured.
I was expecting that answer, and I didn't know in what way she meant. I guess what the producers did there was really wrong. Making him relive his experiences, it must have been traumatic. But I'm sure he signed waivers and all that, even if he didn't know what he was in for.
Probably.
So what about your own experiences with the supernatural?
It's not always fun. There's an evil element in the supernatural. Just as there's evil in the natural. It just feels stronger in the supernatural, you know?
I guess there's a lot of stories about angry spirits and the like. Have you encountered lots of angry spirits?
I have. But people only want to hear the happy stories. Reuniting with relatives and all that. Not the stories of being ambushed with angry abuse.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, nothing you can do.
She was opening up to me and I felt pretty helpless. Yeah, there was nothing I could do, but I could at least be there, right? I'd do anything. Oh well, was that a line or what? I mean, for you. Stop knocking on Brad to help you.
Thanks, Brad.
Anytime. Seriously, anytime. Do you have my number yet? Here we were, about to wrap up another case. It was time to make my assessment of the UF hoaxes that we had to deal with this location. But I shouldn't be too hasty to make up my mind.
I mean, the thing with Jose was a little suspicious. And there was the fact that Frank's crew knew just what to do with my equipment to shut it off. Come on. I pulled that stuff myself. There's no way. Is there? I'd say it was a hoax. There was no way this whole thing was real. Can't rip much, so they're not going to feel it. Fake, fake, fake. I should really prank Jose for having everyone going like that. You know, if I prank people, which never seems to work out for me, but kudos for the good scary guys. But you can't trick the breadster. Oh crap, the mic was rubbing off on me. I went back with the others and waited for Frank to go through all of our verdicts. Yeah, but you didn't really give an explanation. Personally, I think Tina was going to stick with fake. Sally and Sissy might have thought it was really awful. And Mike and Jose were gullible enough to believe anything.
I think all of you were able to tell that the Man in Black stunt was actually faked. Well, almost all of you.
Frank gave a pointed look to Jose. But Jose had enough to deal with right now, so the poor guy probably needed a break.
Yet what we haven't figured out is if the situation between Greg and Jose was also a hoax.
Hey, don't look at me, I didn't do anything weird. Not me, nor me, I didn't either.
So, since there was no evidence either way, we decided to declare you alright. Except for Jose. Really, you couldn't tell they were actors?
Jose sniveled dismally.
They were good actors? Only the best for Paranormal Teens, that's why you've got to keep your guard up.
So after all that, and nobody wins?
Everybody wins, but the trophy stays with me. Now if everyone is ready to cram back up in the RV, we have quite a few hours of driving ahead of us, again. So Brett, take your dog for one last bathroom break.
Gotcha! I guess that made sense. Some of these things were hard to judge even for Frank and company. And it would offend Jose and Greg if someone said they were lying. So it's probably better to leave the jury out on this one. That was the safest way to go. Case 3, the case of the haunted renouncements. Okay, so after all that, we packed up the RV and headed off to the next location. I talked with Greg for most of the trip. Me and Greg had kind of a bromance thing going on. Okay, or maybe it was just one-way bromance. Oh man, I hope that would be so lame. I feel even thinking about it means Tina will find out and mock me for eternity. Anyway, we've come a long way from his wanting to pummel me into the pavement when we first met. So, what did you think about the whole UFO thing?
Not really my expertise. I thought it was interesting enough. Well, if not a little cliche.
Tell me about it.
I mean, the teams were pretty much the same as any TV show or movie about it. I'm surprised they didn't have us dissecting our own alien corpse.
I didn't actually mean for him to tell me about it. Yeah, that would have been pretty weird.
So, have you had much to do with the aliens before?
Just crop circles.
That's pretty interesting. I bet you have a totally interesting case to divulge on.
Is this the therapist in you, just trying to get me to talk?
Huh, maybe that's all. Is it working?
Yep, sure, what do you want to know? I told him about my most interesting case. Greg's actually a pretty great guy. We finally got there. I had my face stuck up on the glass staring at the manor. It looks just like the pictures. So is it everything you've ever dreamed of? Yep, haunted gothic dimensions are just about the extent of my rich fantasy for life. Zalia's pretty cool. No, she isn't. We're kind of friends now, but either of us has readmitted it. I don't know what that kid is with making new friends, and I don't do it all that often, but I've had the habit of putting my foot in my mouth. It just seems seriously dorky to ask about. Like, hey, wanna be a friend and we can go get ice cream and ride off into the sunset? Yep, not doing that. I usually don't like to advertise myself as being any more of a loser than I already am. Ray started pawing at the door to the RV. I knew he needed a bathroom break and I was going to get him already when Greg started opening the door as soon as we stopped. And Reese took off. Not cool. Greg! I cannot lift him yet and now I'll have to go chasing him all over the neighborhood.
What neighborhood? This thing takes up several acres. He was right, but that means he should get free rein with my dog. Especially when I'd had to get him back in. Figure of speech. Welcome to the McLaurin Mansion, where all your ghost fantasies come true. Not all of them. And you just had to go there. Mike had to go and spoil the sanctity of this place for me. Yeah, it had to be him. We're here so meet our guy, and we'll hear the story of McLaurin Mansion and the re-enhancement time.
We'd better Italians to script just so Jose feels comfortable, you know, he doesn't do ghosts. He can't cope in normal circumstances without the threat of abduction. The reasoning for that, isn't there, Greg?
You wish you had been abducted. Okay, Brad, you get your dog and I'll let everyone know when they can join us inside. I was glad for the chance to take off after Tina and Jose's off-topic banter. Alright, let's end the episode. We'll try to catch the dog in the meantime. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next one tomorrow. Bye-bye.